This is the Get Legit Podcast.
Feel like raiding with this power in my hand. I understand to be the man.
It smells dirty.
I don't want to be like doing review. We ain't gonna do a whole review.
No, I'm talking to you.
About to freestyle on
You in the sun, my boy. I'm in the shade.
I am the sun, my boy. I might come out the shirt on y'all while y'all playing. You mentioned
For power, P for profit, passports just for shopping. Push past, ain't no stopping. Pull up and get it poppin'.
Terrible.
face ass.
Stupid. Alright, so what we talking about? Alright, y'all. So I go by the name of Low Nose, and I am a co-founder of this podcast right here with my partner. Let you introduce yourself.
I'm composed by Ferb, but a lot of people call me Ferb. So we doing our thing with this here, Get Legit Podcast. So y'all check us out.
The Get Legit Podcast is basically a podcast that we decided we were going to do today. We named it today. And basically my whole gist of doing this, we don't even got everything together yet. We don't even got everything like down to the T, but we wanted to get started. We wanted to get some shit out here. We wanted to put something out for the people. We wanted to let people know that we coming, and we wanted to give somebody perspective on our humble beginnings, because once this shit grows, which is gonna grow, anything we put our mind to, anything we put our time and effort to, gonna grow. Once it grows, people can come back and say like, hey, they didn't even have it figured out at the beginning, but they just did what they had to do to just go ahead and get something going. So get legit, man. That's it. Like that's what it's all about. Get legit, get going, shit. Do what you gotta do. That's where we at.
So we're gonna tell y'all a little bit about ourselves. I'm gonna ask you that way we do it like that.
Okay.
Where you from? What's your favorite sport type thing, or what you know what I mean? Let them know a little bit about yourself. Something that's
All right, I'll give a little
give
bit.
them easy. They gonna figure out.
All right, so I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, on the east side, you know what I'm saying, by way of Flathonia, for sure. But my favorite sport, I mean, I love football. I love basketball. I grew up playing football, basketball, and baseball, so I got a love for all three of those. Them are the three generic sports that I really do fuck with. But I do like fishing, on some country nigga shit. I like fishing. And I know how to cook a fish and scale a fish, and I teach a man how to catch a fish. It's a lesson.
Okay.
So what about yourself? Tell me about yourself.
All right, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. A fun fact: I got 5 siblings. You know, my mom was very young.
Damn!
Cut that shit. You stupid. What Kevin Hart said?
I had to.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the fun facts about me. So yeah, I got 5 siblings, you know, and we all go by damn near the same name. So, but we all know, once you get to know us, it's kind of like we have our own personality. So, into the show though. Enough about me. Let's get legit.
So right here on this podcast, Get Legit, we got 3 P's that we like to apply. We got power, prosperity, and purpose. Each time that we do a episode for y'all, each time that we come to y'all, we're gonna do this weekly. We're gonna give y'all 3 tips of the day that directly correlate with power, prosperity, and your purpose. Because everybody got all 3 of those things. You just gotta learn how to untap them. You know
Indeed.
All right. So what we talking about here,
So one of the tips that I had that crossed my mind today, and I guess we'll go more into prosperity. And it says here, I got my notes, y'all, so don't hate me. It says, as a businessman or woman, never present yourself as busy to a customer. So, you know, I think a lot of times we think if we're busy, we're doing stuff, and that's great. A lot of times we are, but when you're with a customer or you're with somebody you're giving a service to, they don't need to see that. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? They kind of just give them a energy about themselves, and or they feel like they're, you know, some people may be. They may be passive, you know what I mean? So they may not even come to your door because you just look too hectic to be able to deal with their problems. So
I think that's a real powerful statement too in itself, because a lot of people got to understand the difference between getting stuff done and being busy. Like, you remember being in school and you used to hate these fucking worksheets that the teacher was giving, the substitute teacher gets. Like, first of all, we're not even doing this shit. Second of all, you're giving us busy work. I know you're doing this just to keep me busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a powerful statement, and there can be a lot of productivity without necessarily the notion of being busy or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that I'm just saying that speaks into the saying or the quote itself. Like, not only is it negative to seem too busy, but at the same time, you don't have to be busy to get shit done.
Right. And even if you are busy, sometimes you don't want your customer to see that. You know what I mean? Whether that's on your Instagram, on your podcast, whether that's you selling ice cream, you selling water, they don't need to see that. You know what I mean? And that's just part of the service. You know what I mean? Whether you, whatever you do.
The shit.
So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
That's why I brought it up. We got time to talk about it.
Yeah.
So let me run it back. As a businessman or woman, never present yourself as too busy for the customer. So I think that last part for the customer, because we all get busy, you know what I'm saying? But that's who generates your money.
Little backstory. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're both entrepreneurs. You know, we both doing our thing. We both have left some type of corporate system settings, corporate America, whatever you wanted to call it. In corporate America, they had cliche. They had the cliche saying, "The customer's always right."
Right.
How do you feel about that, being an entrepreneur?
Customer's always right. I'll say this. In true, you have to get to the true sense of what a customer is. For me, if I'm selling something, if I'm presenting something to a customer, somebody that's going to consume a product that I'm saying that I'm putting out there, then they are absolutely always right, as long as they're a customer and they're spending that money with me. Now, disrespect, that's totally different. You're no longer a customer when you get into crossing the line of disrespect or just treating somebody less than him. You know what I'm saying? So that's totally different now.
I never agree with it.
You never agree with it?
No. I mean, I never agree with this statement. I agree with what you're saying, but I never agree with the statement that the customer is always right, because it's some fucking weirdos out there. Like, first of all, and I'm not saying that to say that people are weird. Like, everybody is themselves, but like, it's some people that will really stretch shit so far. That it's just like, all right, now come on, like I can't let you back yourself with the customer's always right at this point, because you're wrong.
True.
You're wrong, and I feel like as an entrepreneur, whatever service or product that you're providing, because the whole world provides services and products. That's how we move. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, you can't make some shit right just because you're buying something from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't justify your situation.
And I guess that would come in your bylaws, in your agreements in the beginning of building your business. What is your customer? And that brings us to the
example. I'm gonna give you a hot example right now.
Well,
you selling shoes,
right?
You selling exclusive shoes, dead stock. You sell dead stocks on them.
Okay.
You sell dead stocks on them.
Don't know what that is.
Well, all right. You sell shoes that are expensive because a lot of people can't get them. You can't get them no more. All right. So you can't get them.
Okay.
They're not in production.
Gotcha.
You can't get them. And a customer comes in and says, "Hey, I want to buy these shoes, but I want to try them on first."
That's not my customer. I already have in line in my bylaws and in my agreements what my customer is. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's already understood the value of my product. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I guess it goes back to, like, I do this thing where I always blame myself in business. It's not like, I beat myself up. Mm-hmm. But if I give myself the control, then I can handle it. That's not my customer. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my customer.
I would like to still consider them my customer if they are willing to purchase along the lines in which I outline, because it's my business. I don't have to follow any type of corporate structure. I don't have to this. But those people that wanted to try on those shoes first, they will never be your customer, right? Yeah, because but you never know.
Because that's in your laws and your regulations.
All right, so DJ Kelly walked into that same store and said, "I want to try on
He's my customer. He's already showed his credit through his face card. He already showed his credit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I feel. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, that was a good question. That's a good question.
But I just had to play off, you know what I'm saying, where we're going with as many ways as possible, because there's a lot of different ways to take different things, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to leave nothing out. And just like I said, with this being our introduction to our podcast, like, just the type of intellectual space that we're going to try to get into, you know, like, two young black men getting shit together, you know what I'm saying, getting shit separate, our own business entities, everything that we got going, but still able to come back at the end of the day and bring it to somewhere where it can be tangible and we can converse about it. We can bring people in, you know what I'm saying, see what they got going on, different type of things, and you know, let's just make this. I'm ready to make this podcast big. Like, this is near and dear to me because so many people for so long have been saying like, yo, you need to do something. You need to like make something tangible. You know what I'm saying? I done did little stuff on the little Snapchats and all the little social medias and shit. But like so many people have been like, you know, just go somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? Take it somewhere and really build a vehicle because you got charisma and just like the industries that you work in, your network, everything, it's gonna work. And so like, I'm ready to get legit.
Yep. Right.
No
We're
cap.
gonna get legit. So from the 3 tips, we got power, prosperity, and purpose. So we did prosperity. Well, you want to go ahead and lead the conversation on power?
I'll lead the conversation on power. All right. That's a touchy subject to me, bro, because so many different people feel like they can get power from so many different places. And it's true. But like I feel like power is in the eye of the beholder, and it's in the power itself lies in who you want power over. Let me elaborate. For instance, women. Like women, we all know, everybody knows that like sexual nature, all that's a very powerful thing.
Yeah.
But who is it powerful to? Is it powerful to the person that indulges in it daily? Is it powerful to the person that's never had it, that's curious about it? Is it powerful to the person that urges it, that has an addiction? Like, who is it powerful to? That's the real power inside of power, which, like, I'm kind of going deep, but I'm trying to keep y'all with me.
I see what you mean. You basically, the power is if somebody has to value whatever you have control or power over for it to actually hold the power.
So like we was talking about value earlier, and I'm glad you said that word because value and power go hand in hand. Like different people can value something. It can be valuable to someone else, you know what I'm saying? And therefore it's going to hold power because everybody directly correlates money, power, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like we all grow up to it. We all know what it is. But like power can be anything that you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? The power that you have over somebody else, the power that you have with this inside yourself, like it's just power. So first you got to understand power to harness power.
Do you have to be controlling something or having power over something to have power?
I feel like you have to have some type of presence to have power. Like there has to be some type of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Following?
Not even following.
Like
there has to be some type of when you own something, like there has to be some type of ownership to power. That's not the right word. That's not the correct word I'm looking for. But it has to be some type of ownership to power. Like you have to know that you possess this entity that is going to create power over other people. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about power over other people, not just the actual power of like, okay, I got power not to do this.
All right,
Tell me.
Let me ask you this without going too far in like too many circles. How do you measure power?
Okay, so power is control. I measure it in control.
Control.
Yeah.
And what are you controlling?
I mean, you can control your mind, you can control your actions, control your discipline, you can control the way you go, you can control your money, and you can control people, of course, too. But are we going into that type of power, or are we just talking about power?
Are we talking about power? I mean, it can be power over oneself. That's what I said. It has to be some type of ownership. So basically, like I said, with power, you can have power within yourself, which is going to be, in my mind, your self-discipline. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying, your daily routines, your actions, what you allow, what you don't allow, your morals. You know what I'm saying? Those are things of power. Those are your self-proclaimed power. Then you can go into power as in power over your influence. The influence of the power of influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different powers that people have. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different types of power.
So what tip would you give for people?
If I had to give a tip
In regards to power.
in regards to power, at this point right now in my life, I would say your power starts from inside of you. Like your power starts right here.
Elaborate.
You're not gonna completely understand how powerful you are until you won't understand how far and wide your power can be. What's the word I'm looking for? I hate when that happens.
You don't understand how powerful you are. The reach, I guess.
Yeah, for lack of better words, you won't understand the reach of your power until you understand the power that you harness inside yourself. So like until you understand that you're powerful and you don't necessarily need any other entity. You know what I'm saying? You don't need any gimmick. You don't need anything. Like your power, your existence, your mindset in itself is powerful. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people I see, you know what I'm saying, especially in the lane that I'm in, they reach so many different places for like security. They reach so many different places for that. Like, nah, bro, like you powerful within yourself and you got to understand that first. So if I had to give a tip for power, understand that power is going to come from inside of you. It's you. It's how you feel, how you move, how you walk, how you talk. Be unapologetic about that shit. You always can work on yourself, and there's always stuff that you can do better. But you got to know that the power is gonna come inside of you, and you can't positively impact anyone else with your power until you nurture your power that you have. So that's my tip.
True that. Before you try to get power over the world, make sure you understand and respect the power within yourself. I feel you.
And there's a lot of people.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, right. And there's a lot of people that get the power, and like that it happened to people. Like people get power. Like the power influence is really big, especially now. Because you got to understand, like, bro, like I was around when it wasn't internet.
Me too.
Exactly. I was around when it wasn't summer. I was around. Like you only knew what was happening at your school. You know what I'm saying?
You only knew what was happening at your school.
In the other schools,
and mama let you have a party in her basement.
That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like for some people now, I feel like the power of influence, they haven't really found themselves yet. But there's so many people that's lost. Like they
influential, but they haven't realized what makes them so influential.
Exactly.
Or so powerful. They're powerful. They don't even realize.
Exactly.
And then they become powerless.
Exactly. And I guess that's gonna take us to our last P in the Get Legit podcast: power, prosperity, and purpose. So I'm gonna let you lead a little thing on purpose. Like, what you got?
I think purpose comes from I always say this: the only thing that we know in life is that life is to be lived, and that literally just means that. So whatever makes you feel like you're living, what makes you feel like you can take a breath and realize that one day you're gonna be gone, and everybody else you know is gonna be gone. That's when you can still do that. That's when I feel like I found my purpose. I don't like sharing what I think it is with people just because it's just that near and dear. But that's what I would give a tip. What you think about that? What would you say about purpose?
I mean, I feel like you hit it on the head. I feel like purpose is just that. Like it's one of those things that's understood, but it don't got to be explained. It's like, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you in this room? Why are you alive? Why you all that? You know what I'm saying? But like, definitely find that purpose is big, bro.
Is it important for everybody to know your purpose, or is it?
I don't think everyone should know your purpose. A lot of people don't know their purpose off rip though. So a lot of people don't even think that far. A lot of people are existing and they're living and that's fine. And that's fine. Yeah. And but a lot of people aren't living in their purpose. I don't think the world will be able to operate if everybody was living in their purpose. Like everybody can't have the insight. Right. Because you need workers. You need workers. If everybody was working in their purpose, you wouldn't have workers to take control of the operations. Okay. Like daily operations of everything.
I hear that.
If a landscaper
was living in his purpose,
that might be.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But it might not. How many people are working a job right now that you know that they hate? I'm
gonna say this. I gotta say this. I got two of the most powerful people I know because of the power they harness within. Two of the most, and they both women. I talking about power and purpose, I think women are way more superior. We don't have our talks about that, you know. But that don't mean I'm a dominant person. I'm fine with that. But I think women are more superior when you're talking about power. But two powerful women I know, and they both work in corporate America, and they loved it. They found their purpose there, and they had to literally. These are family members, and one of them literally had to tell me, "Look, I like working. You know, with my mind, or with our mind, the purpose we have." I instantly started thinking, well, damn, and one of them was my mom. I was like, well, shit, I guess I gotta just get a job, generate a job where she can work for my company, you know what I mean? But I had to really learn and respect that. Everybody their purpose may not be what you think is the big purpose or the most glorified purpose. I had to learn that about myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, man, I'm throwing these bones and ain't nobody picking them up. You know what I mean? But it's like, that ain't their purpose. You know what I mean? That's not what I want to do. So,
I mean, and definitely like people that are in corporate America and like people that love their jobs and they operate within their jobs, like I love that for them. Like for you to be able to do that, like that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some people
really disciplined, like really, really disciplined.
I mean,
but I guess
it's not necessarily this because there are some corporate jobs where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know somebody that works a corporate job where they get 2 months vacation, they get all this and all the woo. Like, it's not really.
It ain't about that, man. I say the discipline for me. I've worked those jobs and you have too, and it is where you're not getting that purpose. Even there is no customer to go back to.
That's why I had to leave my job.
You're generating. Whatever you're generating, you know what I mean, like a mouse running around generating power. But I guess back to power. That being said, you're generating power for somebody else without your purpose. I can't do that. Yeah. And I'm not saying every job is like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. I can honestly say that I get it when it's like everybody's purpose is not going to be as deep and as heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? As like the person that's just strong on being an entrepreneur and just like going, like there are people that are living in their purpose that go to work every day. Yep. And their purpose might be to help whoever they help, service whoever they service, or provide whatever they do. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like if that's how you feel in your life and that's how you feel, like do that. I wish I could let myself go back to having a good job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get anxiety. You feel like you're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Your money might slow down. You might get something good happen, then something bad happen after it. Like, it's no security. You got to have security in yourself, and you got to have security in how you moving. And I feel like your purpose makes that all okay. Yep. I don't feel, if I'm doing that for somebody else, and it's not in my purpose, then I can't have that same security personally. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
And that's what makes it okay for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can drive 7 hours to go get something done if it's in my purpose and I understand what's coming from it and what might come after it. But if you just tell me I gotta drive 7 hours and that's the end, and it's just like, yeah, that's what you gotta do today. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, because I'm not doing that every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what makes today different than yesterday? Like, I'm not doing that shit on a normal basis. So.
Nah, I feel that purpose is definitely an intimate and like personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, just like what you just said. Like every decision you make, you have to have an intimate and a very personal baseline of how you're going to direct your purpose. You know what I mean? So to some people, going through certain things would be worth. You know what I mean? That, but it wouldn't for others. So. One more thing before we shut it out. The season's about to change. A lot of people deal with seasonal depression.
Yeah.
We both talk about that all the time. Just depression.
That's not the real name for the real name. What's the real name for it?
The actual term is
I call it
seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. And that's when people, and it's more prominent during the fall up until the spring seasons. I want to say April seasons, up until the spring seasons. And of course, a lot of us go through it. I can admit it myself, and I never really put it before I actually realized what was happening. It was about 3 years in. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? If you're separated from family, which a lot of us are, or if, it's colder, you know, there's natural things that play into it too. So just make sure y'all taking care of yourselves during these next couple months, and just whatever it is that makes you happy, your purpose, makes you feel powerful, hang on to that too.
Yeah.
So what you got to say about that?
Nah, I mean, I feel like that shit definitely hits home for me because seasonal depression is real. You know, like without even knowing that it was called sad. But like that's how you feel. Like I'm a summer baby. I was born in June. I'm a Gemini. So you know, I was born in June. I love the summertime. I love sun rays. I love, you know what I'm saying, long days. I love all that. You know what I'm saying. So for like when that ends, like it automatically, you know, it just it's just a damper on me. Like I don't even like cloudy days.
We going our shell, but and I think isolation, bro. Like you go into your shell when the season starts to change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think?
Bro, I don't like cold weather. Cold weather makes me mad.
Wow. I can't agree on that one.
Like I know a lot of people are like, I like when it get cold because I can dress, I can layer up. It's time to woo. Bro, cold weather makes me like.
For
I hate
real?
it. I hate it, bro.
Damn.
I hate it. I got family in Chicago. I will not fly back
No,
to Chicago.
I won't live in Chicago. Did you say Chicago?
I will not
That's
fly
more
back to
than cold. That
Chicago
is
right
like,
now
why you even
because
living there?
I was traumatized when I was traumatized when I was a kid. I went to go visit my family in Chicago. I got off the plane. It was snow to my knees. I had never seen that much snow in my life, and I never wanted to go back. And I never liked cold ever since then. So
I feel that.
my seasonal depression just comes with the fact of the actual weather.
Yeah.
And I really hate the fact that when it gets cold, like wintertime, I hate the fact that the days get shorter. Because, you know, like,
Yeah.
I like being productive. Like, I like to wake up with the sun.
Feel like you didn't do enough.
Yeah.
All that stuff ties into that depression that people deal with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people deal with it.
I didn't know that many people deal with it.
Man, it's huge.
And it's like, it's one of those things that, you know, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
It's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Summer back around the corner.
But
Beach
to
body,
really-
I'm gonna work through it.
Yeah.
No, but it's something that some people don't make it out of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah.
saying one thing I'm big on when it comes to depression, whether it is any type of mental health, is never feel sorry for yourself. Okay, try so hard never to feel sorry for yourself. But at the same time, some people don't make it out of those seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
to shine a light on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Give some advice.
Make sure
and make
people
it
is
human.
aware.
You know what I
Make
mean?
sure people
Talk
are
to
aware.
your
That's what
friends
this is about.
it.
That's
We
what the
talking
podcast is about. That's what the podcast is about.
They-
Is get legit. We want to make sure people are aware of everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's mental health, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, opportunities, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, just anything. You know, like we're here to entertain and educate.
Yep.
And I feel like as long as we're here and we're entertaining and we're educating people, then we're doing our jobs. Yeah, I don't want to limit myself to one little thing.
Nope.
But we definitely want to make sure we help each other and help everyone else as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? Just through our general knowledge and our understanding of what's going on.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Absolutely. Well, that's the first one.
Hey man, the first.
Follow me at Composed by Ferb. That's COMPOSEDBYFURB. Follow me on Instagram. I think I got a Twitter too. So y'all follow me.
Hey man, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Low Nose Music. Won't go no further than that. Low Nose Music. And it is what it is. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, we don't got it all figured out right now, but we're going to get it all figured out, and we're going to look back on this and say, hey, we got it started.
Absolutely.
So Get Legit Podcast, like, subscribe, follow, all that. But